So the next thing that's up is not a presentation, but it's actually a booklet release by Satyamev Jayate. Uh, I think everybody in the room is familiar with this TV program, and the first season of Satyamev Jayate did an episode on child sexual abuse. And most of us are familiar with the fact that it had a huge impact in just getting random people to talk about sexual abuse. I remember I'd done a workshop in Kashmir in one of the schools, and there they told us, oh, children have started reporting about child sexual abuse because they watched it on TV on Satyamev Jayate, and Amir Khan was talking about it. So, so that created a huge impact. So what Satyamev Jayate did realize is that they got a lot of responses from people after the show, and they have finally put together all those reactions or responses and letters and emails that came in to them, and they've collated that into a booklet which they're going to release today. So I'm going to invite Swati Chakravarti for this. Ms. Swati Chakravarti has worked for medias like print, audio, video, and interactive. She started off her career as a journalist and spent over a decade in fields allied with education. She was associated with Satyamev Jayate as its co-director and field research head. She has done a lot of challenging work in the area of children's content. She has worked for the creation of 100 illustrated children's titles, including one on child sexual abuse in English, Hindi, and Kannada for UNICEF. She was also a visiting faculty at Xavier's Institute of Communication and former vice chairperson, Children's Film Society of India. Swati, I welcome you.
Thank you very much, Foundation, for having me here. I'm really overwhelmed at being in the midst of so many committed and amazing people. I'm almost wondering whether I really, I'm really worth being on this stage. But now that I'm here, I'd just like to share with you a little something I'm going to read out. So in the year 2012, Satyamev Jayate aired its episode on child sexual abuse. It's been several years now since then, but it's taken us a while to put together a lot of the responses that came in, because we felt that it was important, even though it's late, to reach out with that material. So that's what I'm here to tell you about. I'm just going to read out a little small pieces from it, and the soft copy of this booklet is in your CDs, and it's free to sort of disseminate. So please, I'd request you, if you like the material, to go ahead and just distribute it. There is a preface to this book which I'll read out that sets a kind of context for us as a team, what happened with this episode. There are some things in life that we can never really forget or get over. Things we hold so deep within us. Feelings of shame, guilt, shock, blame, that many of us might even take them to our grave. It was this painful area of life that we began tentatively exploring when we started researching Satyamev Jayate's episode on child sexual abuse. Some of you have been part of that journey. You are here now. I'm very grateful that you are here to hear this. In the process of our year-long research, what we thought would be our biggest challenge, that of encouraging people to share deeply personal narratives, that too on camera, was surmounted. A far bigger challenge that emerged was dealing with the realization of just how rampant child sexual abuse is. Government statistics had put the extent of child sexual abuse in India at between a staggering 47 to 53%. But figures, no matter how devastating, are still just numbers on a page. They can never prepare you for the lives, life stories, faces and voices of the people who make those statistics frighteningly real. The journey of our research proved to be traumatic. Many times over, we heard people say, "This is the first time I'm speaking about what happened with me." We also heard, "Yes, this happened a long time ago, but I am still not okay. It's not okay." Every single survivor who spoke to us shared his or her experiences with amazing generosity and courage, and made a tremendous contribution in shaping our understanding. Once the topic became known to colleagues, even people within our team started opening up about their own experiences of abuse. So our motivation in making this episode now had an added personal dimension. This was a topic in which it was very hard, to maintain that much touted thing in journalism, which is called professional distance. We really couldn't remain immune. We got sucked in deeper and deeper with every single unforgettable meeting, and we conducted around 250 such meetings. One such meeting was with a girl in a southern India metro. She had become the target of sexual abuse when she was less than a year old, and it had continued for years. The abuser was a trusted relative. There were many things this girl said in her interview that pierced our hearts. For years, the myriad ways in which her abuse impacted her led her down a path of extreme self-harm, but she fought back valiantly. Today, she stands as an inspiration to those who are on the path of healing. She writes amazing prose and poetry, and sometimes, donning a clown's nose, she entertains sick children in hospitals. After the interview, which was seasoned in equal measure with pain and humor, she played the most heavenly music on her piano. It was just unforgettable. On the window in her room were gorgeous images of translucent butterflies. Now, here's what happened next. We left, and our teammate broke down in the vehicle on the way back to the office and started speaking about his own sexual abuse as a child. So, listening to this survivor and her interview had unlocked something within him, and he vowed to take steps to heal from what he described as an unattended illness I've been living with for 30 years. On May 13, 2012, the episode on child sexual abuse was aired. We were unprepared for the wild catharsis, like an outpouring of pain, like the breaking of a dam, that ensued. We received 1,49,72,514 responses to our episode through Facebook, Twitter, SMS, IVR, and our website. Through our website, we feebly attempted to respond with some messages of hope and help. Now, this booklet has been compiled from a selection of viewers' messages. It contains personal narratives that people from across the world shared in the aftermath of the show. We believe that this sharing has the power to contribute to someone's journey of healing from child sexual abuse somewhere. All names have, of course, been changed to protect identities. Now, soon after season 1 of Satyamev Jayate aired, one of us was invited to interact with students at Sapphire College's Social Communications Media Department. In the course of the interaction, a student asked, "Do you know what the biggest contribution of your show is?" And then she proceeded to answer her own question. She said, "In my house, we spoke about child sexual abuse at the breakfast table. And for the first time, my father was willing to listen." So let's continue to break the silence. Let's live and heal. This is coming out to you with a lot of love from the Satyamev Jayate team. Just a very quick sample of the kind of material that we have in here. I'll read out. There are, I think, 115 or 118 small and large narratives in this book. And I will read out to you the last one. A 5-year-old girl was forced to masturbate her father. He told her not to tell her mother, as this was their secret. He used to show his love for her and make her sleep on the same bed as him. At the age of 11, she realized what was going on and she confronted her father. He told her that he loved her a lot and didn't like his wife much. He said that she was his everything and she shouldn't ever tell anybody this. The girl was stunned and mentally traumatized. She couldn't share her feelings with anybody. Whenever his wife went shopping or for her evening or morning walk, the father used to abuse the girl. One day the girl told her mother the story as if it had happened to her friend. Her mother was shocked but said that by God's grace, at least she has a wonderful husband who loves his daughter a lot. This made the girl feel that her mother would be devastated if she told her the truth. At night, the mother told the story to the husband, who quietly understood everything. The next day, he threatened the girl and said that if she ever speaks again, her brothers will have no happiness and no good future. The girl was helpless, and while he didn't rape her, he forced her to masturbate him and touched her nude body till the age of 20. Today, she is married to a very loving person, and her father hasn't attempted to touch her again. Sometimes she thinks of committing suicide when she thinks of her childhood. She even avoids calling out to her father in public places as her soul doesn't allow her to speak the word Papa. Every day she struggles to even look at a mirror, and when she remembers her childhood, she really wishes that it was normal. After a very long time, this girl has got some mental solace by writing this down. So that's all I leave you with, and thank you very much for listening to me. And I do hope that you'll definitely read through this material that is in your CD.